thank all the 22 candidates that include myself, the 23rd candidate on the list of the United People's Party. But most of all, I thank the people of St. Martin. Because every day and every morning that you wake up and you go to work, you have to know that you have the support of the people of St. Martin. And over the last 20-odd years that we've had the opportunity to be able to respect you and to be able to deliver on the things that you wanted to see done, I believe that my job to you, the people, has been unproven. When I promised a harbor, we delivered a harbor. When we promised improvements in Phillipsburg, we delivered the improvements on Phillipsburg. When they said we didn't care about the communities, we delivered improvements in South Reward and St. Peter's and the Carnival Village and the parking in Phillipsburg and everywhere. And then they said, well, he's finished because he will not include other regions. And the other region was Middle Region. I asked you drive through Middle Region today and nobody can say that that is second class. Yet today, 9 months later, because all we had in government from 2014 was over 10 months in government. Well, guess what? They've had the same amount of time. They've told you, those that have defected from the United People's Party have told you that nothing was happening in the 10 months. I beg to differ. However, today, nothing is happening because guess what? Every time the United People's Party was in government, we were able to set the plans for whenever they get back in government, that they are able to say that they have done. The government building was done under the UP government. The negotiations was done. Now they're going to stand and cut ribbons and move in. The hospital, again, I told them on Billy D radio station today, SOS Radio. There are 3 bidding companies that have provided for the hospital. Guess what? The same company that we put forward to build the hospital, a professional hospital, is now also one of those. But yet there's another company that is in there that I want you to go on Google and check what they were doing throughout the Caribbean, and you will see the farce and the nonsense that that company was doing. And again, I will tell you what is the reason that you would throw them out in St. Martin. We would have had a hospital being built. We would have had the physicians in that hospital agreeing to rent from our hospital. And that's why when you look at that list, 3 major medical positions are on this list. Because why? We believe in the health care of our country. The Doc, Dion, and Connie are all medical professionals. And all have one belief for the medical position of our country. Another major importance that we need to develop in our country is tourism, is the economy of our country. Nearly 50% of our list is geared on one thing, providing jobs, providing major improvements within our economy. I am tired of our people breathing the air from the fires and the dump. Never in the history of St. Martin, in less than 9 months, has the dump caught the fire every week nearly for the last 9 months. It is like going and roasting marshmallows when you were a kid. But the only difference is the marshmallow become toxic. It is ridiculous that our people are breathing this and then going to a hospital that cannot accommodate them. This is what you call lack of vision. When we ask them, what was the reason you threw down a government? No one can tell you. Today, the dump is on fire. That's the reason to throw down a government. That is the reason because they cannot tell you how they're going to perform. I can tell you this one. Within 6 months of being elected, we will solve the dump problem. Within 6 months of government, we will build that hospital with a real company that is going to build it, with real physicians coming from abroad, with real nurses from our island and this country, and providing jobs for our country. We will, within the next 6 months, improve our tourism product. And if it means having to remove certain people that think they are demigods in our country, then so shall it be. I have said in the program today, it is time that when you make a phone call in this country, that it does not stop at the border. If hurricanes don't stop at the border, our telephone service should not stop at the border. It should also be that when you go home at night, that you have electricity 24/7 without the government having to take money from there to be able to balance the budget. Let them tell you that when they balance the budget, all they're doing is cutting necessities for our community. All they're doing is cutting positions within our social welfare, within our healthcare, and within education. It is time that our local people become public prosecutors in our country. It is time our local people become judges in our country. Let a local prosecutor lock me up. Let a local judge lock me up. But I am getting tired of those from outside of our country interfering with the democracy of our country. It is time that that stops. You must be able to respect the democracy of our country. It is time that the people understand that we are people born in St. Martin, raised in St. Martin, and have the rights of St. Martin. It is time the Dutch government stops playing with the people of St. Martin. It is time the public prosecutor understands that you cannot thwart democracy and you must respect the rights of the people. It is time that the people who you vote for become prime minister, become ministers, become parliamentarians without the interference of outside forces. That is the only way the National Alliance and the USB can get in government, because they need outside help. Beat us at the polls. Beat us at the polls, and then I call you a man or I call you a woman. But not the way that you continue to do this. Our people deserve better. I have seen, and a lot of people have asked, but Theo, why did you not become prime minister? I saw the opportunities, what has happened to my grandfather. And I asked, and I will say more during the campaign, of how they destroyed him and other politicians in our country just for what they and who they want to see. I have never begged for any loans in the harbor, never begged to fix up my middle region, never begged to fix the South Reward. We, the people of St. Martin, can do it. And that's what they're afraid of. That is what they're afraid of. And it is time that we break the trains and we say, set our people free. Let the democracy of our country rear forward and move forward. And we know one thing, that when you elect these set here, the 23 there, because I know you're going to give us that mandate. That means minimum 8. Maximum 15 is going into parliament. That means the rest are going in as ministers. That means the entire list. And I can tell you one thing, we will change this country in 4 years. We have gotten rid of those that have put knives in the backs of us. Those that have hurt me. It has hurt me certain members have left because I have been friends with them for many years. But they have been deceived, and I understand that very much. Because it is about self-interest. Today we must talk about the people's interest and not self-interest. We must push the country forward and not the individual person's interest.
GEBE has been faithfully serving the communities of St. Martin, powering your home and our economy. Come rain or shine, our qualified team of professionals are working hard 24 hours a day to provide you and your family with safe, reliable electricity and water. We use the latest technologies and test our products daily to maintain the highest international standards. Our friendly staff is always there to assist you, whether in person, over the phone, or online. We are committed to constantly improving our products and services, making them more efficient, effective, and environmentally friendly to serve you better today and our next generation of clients tomorrow. GEBE, powering a brighter future.
Our friend Megawati is here with tips to save you energy. 1. Turn your airco temperature up. 2. Use a ceiling fan instead. 3. Buy energy-saving products. Save some green with NVGEB.
Life is a journey full of connections. You're in safe hands even when life starts too soon. You don't have to miss a single beat. When a bad hair day makes you sad, just sharing can bring you joy and more to come. They take the plunge, turn fear into faith, while you capture those beautiful moments. In the game of life, it's family that counts. They'll be there even when you lose. We all have our moments of reflection and hope. And when you feel you're losing everything in life, we're there because there's more to come. When life starts too soon, you don't have to miss a single beat. We're here to connect you and share life. Telcel, when you want more.
Need a loan that's quick and easy. Island Finance. Up to 50,000, get us real easy. Island Finance. For education, a renovation. That's no problem. Yes, it's true. That's not all. They're quick and friendly too. Island Finance. Appliances, vacations, even fix your car. You can depend on Island Finance.
I just returned from a trip abroad, actually. Came back from Aruba, where I met with the Minister of Health, Minister Schwengel, and this is a follow-up meeting to a meeting that was had here a couple of months ago about improving cooperation between the Dutch Caribbean partners and the Kingdom. We're working on a number of things. We're working on a memorandum of understanding to Colombia. They used to use Comiva, who St. Martin, through SZV, is currently working with. But Aruba's developed their own referral program. They've developed their own software, as a matter of fact, to manage that referral program. And so that software allows patients' files to be uploaded, and that's one of the issues that we have in hearing from St. Martin, is that very often patient files don't show up in time. They have a well-established review protocol, so they've found a partner to work with in Colombia that audits the medical bills, but in the end they contract directly with the hospitals rather than going through an agent. And so again, I believe there's a lot of lessons that they've learned in that process, and it's something that St. Martin could consider is, would we look at following the Aruba model? And certainly there's a number of discussion points that make sense, and that's why the continued cooperation between Aruba in particular with St. Martin for quite some time already. And so we had meetings together with the ministry and also together with representatives from the AZV, Mr. Anko Rinkeling and Lex de Jong, who are representatives of AZV. They've been there for a number of years. And so it was very interesting in worst practices with each other. We're hoping to adopt some of the lessons learned in their process to St. Martin's National Health Insurance scheme. And that's something that is in progress. And it's also something that's tied to financing of the hospital. It's an item that's been identified by the CFT as a point that needs to be addressed in the business plan. And I believe it's also is a factor to be handled in the budget as well, in terms of as CFT looks at the stability of the budget going forward.
afford what you crave, life just gets so
So
good.
alive and I'm feeling good, so good, so good, so good. Hey, I'm gonna live my life, feeling good, so good, real good, so
KFC, so good for everyone.
These are the doors that never close. These are the hands that make a difference. These are the walls that could tell countless stories of helping and healing, of storms weathered, of change and growth, of a place where life begins, where hearts are mended, and where hope grows stronger. For more than a quarter of a century, the physicians, medical professionals, and staff of St. Martin Medical Center have combined advanced medical technology and compassionate care to bring a world of medicine to our friends, neighbors, and visitors to the island of St. Martin we all call home. As proud as we are of what we have accomplished, we believe there is still much work to do to continue a proud tradition of providing everyone in our community with the latest technology, the best medicine, and the most exceptional care. St. Martin Medical Center, celebrating 25 years of serving, caring, healing.
Oh my, what an inventory list, and so unnecessary. But wait, your home contents are all insured by Be Sure. That means that you determine the amount you want to insure. No inventory list, no hassle.
are you be sure, be sure.
Bob, I can understand why you're parking so carefully. Of course, when you can get 80% discount on your Be Sure car insurance. But that's overdoing it, Bob.
Are you be sure, be sure.
Yeah.
Well, Telcel Breakthrough Talent is back again, you know, giving the youths an opportunity for the 4th year in a row, creating that stable platform. You know, we started out stable, still going stable, and stability is one of the biggest keys in this entire showcase, as we call it. We try not to call it a competition. The auditions is on, you know, we're moving full force forward and trying to reach out to everyone, especially the youngsters, calling on the parents, the friends, the family. If you know someone around you that possess the talent to break through, you know, get them to sign up. You know, it's an opportunity. And I realize on the island, you know, some of us fail to recognize opportunities. So this is a great opportunity. Grab it. You know, if you look at all the winners over the past years, it says a lot. It says that the showcase is authentic. The showcase is genuine, it's real, and most of all, I mean, with a brand such as Telcel on it, we're keeping our word, keeping our promise, and we're not disappointing the kids in the auditions, much less the big ones.
So at this point, would you be able to say that how many children that you have signed up now?
Yeah, we have a little over 100, you know, kind of the same like last year, you know, so basically the audition sign up is pretty stable. You know, I would think that, okay, after year 3 you would think it would drop, but no, it's still stable in terms of signing up. Of course, during the auditions itself, you have it goes down because some people sign up and they get a little cold feet, you know, or maybe they forget, or you know, because some people sign up so long ago. But you know, our average that really take part in the auditions is roughly around 70. You know, that's stable. So I mean, it's a lot because the finals comes down to 15 or 20 finalists. So the judges always have it hard, you know.
Well, since you have over 100 kids, how many sections that you're going to have? Because that's a lot of kids.
Yes, a lot of kids. Basically, what the dominating category is singing still. You know, everybody want to be a singer. And we're trying to take it beyond that and say like, okay, within the entertainment, it's not only singing. The entertainment is broad, so like that we have beatboxing, we have instruments, we have singing. This year we took the critics from the dancing specialists into consideration, and we separated dancing category. We have now the technical, which you could call it ballet, not ballet, but that's technical, and you have the street dancing. You know, just like how you can compare singing and rapping, we realize that's the case with dancing as well. So you also have rapping, you have beatboxing. Of course, we would love to see some comedians come out. Whatever talent you have, I mean, once we have enough participants in a specific category, then it's born. You know, it's not limited to singing, dancing, or rapping.
It's been said that behind every door, possibility awaits. How much possibility depends on which door you open first. Every day, we help our customers discover the possibilities in their lives. It all starts with a conversation. Scotiabank. Discover what's possible.
Healthcare and food safety and security. We would like to provide a national healthcare plan, upgrade our health facilities to offer medical care for us and medical tourism. Because why should we have to leave our home where we feel comfortable? We should be able to get our own proper medical care right here on St. Martin. As we move on, poverty and alleviation and housing. Another priority area, enhancement of quality of life for everyone with affordable housing, better schools, after-school training, and feeding programs, because everybody has the right to eat. Ensuring that every household has access to basic services, electricity, water, internet, basic sanitation. Another concern, crime prevention and public safety. Educate our youth through training programs and also apprentice programs, taking somebody under the wing. Programs, introduce and execute safety and security plans. I must, commendate the wonderful police force for putting on the first phase of the camera systems in our community. 5, education and the youth. Revise the educational system to connect with the region, offering more languages, and to align with what is needed on our job market. We often hear many students go away and then they want to come back. There's no jobs for those students. Upgrading teachers towards innovation and new technologies with regards to education. Human rights are 6th important priority. All St. Martin people enjoy the same rights and opportunities. Yes, they do. Look into your constitution. Gender equality, also in salaries. Women should be able to make just as much as men. Sustainable and renewable energy. I'm kind of excited about this one. It's introduction of an alternative energy source, whether it's solar, wind, thermal energy. And of course, we all know the dump. You know, it's big, so we want to apply the waste to energy plan and recycling. Very important.